Oh shit.
I'm back, y'all. Alright, we gotta finish that Genshin though, low key. But I only wanted to do this Archon quest just to do the Arlecchino story quest, and then grind her and my Farinas and shit. But fuck it, whatever. Actually, hold on. There we go. Yeah. I should.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
Oh, in that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Actually, this might work right here.
Everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina Di
Yo, this is by far the
next
best
time.
ice cream I ever tasted.
And if it's not?
One my childhood ice cream though.
Then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
And now we gotta do the race first, Paimon.
Oh.
Because I know damn well Farina does
Very
not
true.
take that loss very lightly.
In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Paimon, your characteristic is you're hungry for food, so yeah, she
Speaking of
would
cases,
accept it.
Do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right?
That's crazy that
Yet it
all the
was
Fontaine
because this
could
was such
also
a
die from it.
preposterous notion
Like, it
that
doesn't
the
affect for any
investigation
other
could never really
region
move
but
forward
with
before.
Fontaine.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
Yeah, they killed him before he was about to reveal the truth, and it's that cliche type shit.
In such investigations,
It
even the
is what it
smallest
is.
step can
We'll
seem
figure it
like
out,
a yawning
'cause we're a main
chasm
character.
as the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy
Ooh, I
to
hit
guard
the all
against and
eyes.
deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists.
Oh, that's
Those
okay.
highfalutin folk are not
I know it's
all-knowing.
upsetting.
That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Indeed.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
Nope, I don't.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended.
Cause she was mad as fuck. she
Like
was
the right time and
she
place
was
to do
heated.
it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
Yep, and then she
I
wanted to
heard that
fight
there's
us.
a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while. considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah. We heard that she's
And then she
super
wanna fight us
popular
as soon as
here in
she
Fontaine,
foresaw us too.
and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play.
Nah, no, she
Don't you
won't.
think?
She won't.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
It is though, Loki.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
So we're just gonna fucking infiltrate her fucking house? I don't think she even. I don't even know where she lives.
Finally get some sleep.
Besides at a fucking event, though, that's kind of upsetting if she lives like that.
That's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Valid point.
Well, we kind of
I
did got
overlooked
arrested a
that
couple
part.
times, though.
I was just thinking
Leeway
about
in,
leveraging
you know,
a
it's more-
person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Oh no.
But if we
Don't
catch
blow up
her
my
while
balls,
she's on
bro.
a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that.
Of course, Paimon eats a whole lot. Mods toward his testicles? Oh god, no. Testicular torsion is gonna be nuts.
No, it's fine.
And I haven't even got
We're
that
just about
since
done here.
almost last year.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Is that so?
No one ever says icky though.
In that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
Get you.
That would be so normal. You know, like you.
That's fucked, Paimon.
As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Oh no, she's gonna be the broke ass woman.
What are you doing over there?
She's a broke ass character of each
Nothing.
region.
It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet
Her
the
fucking
Hydro Icon
face.
again. Bye, Navia.
And then Paimon had the audacity to say, bye Navia.
If you do encounter any other trouble
Just
in
making her
Fontaine,
spend,
you're
like,
always welcome
99%
to
of her
contact the
paycheck.
Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya.
Loki, I want to play Minecraft again though. There's some games I want to play again. I want to play Minecraft. I want to play, like, mostly from the mods though. I'm kind of a bit too hesitant to play Roblox because some weird shit going on. No, you know, Roblox is just weird for me. My gameplay of Roblox is very questionable, mostly for my skin and shit. But who gives a shit? Let me guess. Farina still have the audacity to fucking be pissed as fuck. Still act like the same little bitch she is. I won't be too surprised she's gonna be up on that fountain. Just in case for Lenny. Just in case. Alright, Farina, what you got? Something to say? Or who will be?
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Aranias might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? Ugh. That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Yeah, some coins is probably nasty, infected by humans infestation. Yes.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right?
Vache, isn't that the
Hey,
Archon's actual name?
stop walking! Come on, wake up!
I was awake, Paimon. If I wasn't awake, I wouldn't be walking towards it. Oceanid?
Vache, are you my dear Vache?
If it's a Vache one, if it's a little one, I mean, I got it.
Someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be. No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing.
Maybe one day I might play Minecraft.
If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth. Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for
Also drink
so
water,
long
'cause they're
in a
very
world
healthy.
of endless want and anxiety.
Seems that the body is dissolved, some measure of consciousness
I
still remain.
think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me
Vache.
out any longer.
Guess she accepted her fate then. Oh shit, it's a cutscene too. Hold on, I'm sorry, Navia? Oh. Signature weapon is a white blind. That's the Noelle's weapon. She's signature is it. Unless those types of weapon, Iron Sting and White Blind is actually from Fontaine though. And they're rocking with the dual blade. Oh, the legendary dual blade. Oh shit, chloride. Chlorine. I don't know why I keep calling it chlorine. Chloride. Chlorine. There we go, baby. Although she's coming out real soon, I low-key want her. That's it. She's like probably might be the last character I'm gonna get for a while. I know I keep saying that it's like a character I wanted, and it's like no, I don't want it. And then there's gonna be a new character inside I want it. Ooh, Lord have mercy. She pulled out the blinky. Two of them rocking with those type of sets of weapon. The Iron Sting and White Blind. It didn't even she didn't even fully ascend it too. Unless those are their canon signature weapon.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Kailas's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever.
Whatever.
What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I don't know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
Is that why they want her?
I'm
attack
sure
her?
they've known about me.
Also, how did Navia
I'm
get
shocked
here
it's
though?
taken them
It
this
was just
long to
me
act
and
against me.
Paimon, and I got passed the fuck out,
What
and then
about
as soon
these
as that,
Gardenax?
Navia came out of
I thought
nowhere.
only those associated with the
Navia
Mizal
and her
Guardianage
goons
could
came out of
control
nowhere
them.
though.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league then?
Yes.
Spina
Be
di
careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get
Is it
any
me or
ideas,
there's like not a
tell
lot
me
of
first.
Fontaine
I
characters
don't
though,
much
to be honest.
appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime
I don't
soon.
know. It feels like Fontaine
shall
doesn't have a
stop
lot
following.
of Fontaine characters, to be
Good day,
honest.
all.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with
It doesn't
you.
have a lot of them. Yeah, I was thinking
If
it was
we
like
tried, we
the
could
3
attempt
orphan
to
kids.
withdraw relations.
I will not count Arlecchino because she's not a
I
Fontaine
know,
though. She has Arlecchino.
She's...
Navia, Chloride, Nevulet, Farina, obviously those two. Riesli. Who else I'm missing? Charlotte, Chevrolet, the Chevrolet, Chevrolet, the captain of the deputy police. Yeah, that's about it. That's 10 of them. I know Leeway has like the most in the roster though. Yeah, by far though. Cause I guess we're not getting a Mooncraver, and another fucking bird. We have a Cloud Retainer, but the Nutter Crane and Mooncarver, I don't think they're gonna be a playable character anytime soon. Sad.
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done.
There's a lot of Diptide than the Leeway
Those
citizens though.
Dorians came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us. Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too. We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Paimon?
Come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway.
Oh no, it is. Pretty much. You're not gonna get that type of meal for a while.
Shall be a victory feast.
Thanks to Paimon.
As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Yeah,
Well,
they
to be
came out of
honest,
nowhere.
You're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow?
For once.
Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes. All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we
Oh,
parted
I think-
ways,
oh,
I was on
someone
my way back
drugged
to
me
one of
then.
our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh, they try to kill her.
You hadn't drunk that cup for me.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
She would have got killed.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel
Yeah, because
de Boer
Primordial
to
Sea does
investigate.
not affect with people
But whoever
who's
did
not
this
from
left
Fontaine.
no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name.
Someone didn't like it.
Now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again.
Vache.
Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
Maybe so, I guess. Maybe. According to Lynette. Really?
Does that mean the primordial seawater
Nah, I'm gonna be
raises
smart. I'm not gonna
someone's
give
sensitivity
Lynette a
to
fucking
hydro when it's
credibility.
used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
It isn't.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that is important.
It was like Oceanid though. There's
Vache?
there's so many
That name
Oceanid names.
doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he
Vache
hasn't
is
stepped
not a
forward
thing
as a
in here.
witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he
Maybe
never
so.
gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
We? Don't you mean me, nigga? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right?
I feel like it's not gonna end well.
We're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di
Oh
Rosura.
my god, look at the
after all.
smile. I never see someone smile so
Well, in
justified.
that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
But
Also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
where's the base, though? What's that French name? The He learn the full legion. Hear Ocean call and connect with her conscience. Yeah, give me 3 Primo Gems. How many Primo Gems do I have now? Not bad. The base is probably going to be a luxury.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus.
Pretty much got every
Now, let's
waypoint in
continue,
Fontaine.
Traveler.
So I can just immediately teleport instead of follow her. Done. Like she lives in a slum.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
So much for my expectation. How fucking asshole am I? And Paimon, bro. I gotta pick that.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
Ever since your father
After all,
died, yeah, it was.
We don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
So you're not financially
Your
smart then.
father, he was the previous boss
I don't know
of
what
Spina
caused
di
you, though.
Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely,
Welcome
he
to the
not
life
only
of a court
requested the
case.
duel
This is
himself,
like this in real life too.
But rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
So he's trying to look for the
That's
actual
right.
serial killer.
I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I
Maybe.
must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
For the sake of your family, bro.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
I mean, he has a reputation
No.
being unfaithful, though.
Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really.
Oh, they like drama.
Everyone's like that. People
Yeah, that's
love
like that in
watching the
general.
evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
So Fontaine is just a D1 haters then.
Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have
I mean,
to
that's pretty
find the
much
truth.
how people is in real life, though. I don't know why. What's
There is
our
one
mindset of
other
liking
thing.
someone who's actually
Master
good or
Callus's
successful
opponent in
having
the
a downfall,
duel
though?
was Ms. Coran.
Or some people just like to see people they don't like
Well,
succeed because probably
isn't that
out
as
of
good as
enviness.
saying that she was the one who killed him? Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Miss Coran has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel.
I mean, she is a
If her
duelist, though,
opponent
champion
doesn't
duelist.
yield,
She probably killed
will
multiple
not stop
people
either.
before.
She knew Master Callus
Before we first came
beforehand
to
and
Fontaine.
greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon
Navia
knows how you
Swift.
feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Coran told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
Yeah.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Everyone's neat.
We actually gonna sleep in the fucking sewer
Relax
area?
and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Cause you can able to access here in a sewer hole. Peaceful night passed under the Spinda de Losa protection.
Paimon slept so well. This place
I mean,
feels
it is like a
almost
bunker
too
area
safe.
though, cause it's literally under Fontaine.
Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de
Poisson.
Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters.
Oh shit!
There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting
Oh,
here
no,
the whole
didn't.
time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Vache.
So you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
Maybe.
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to.
Is it a prison?
Is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette, a place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So I pronounced it wrong then. I thought it was the
Neuvillette
Oceanid.
maintains an archive of case files?
Oceanid.
Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Oceanid. Oceanid. Uh-oh, she doesn't want...
Aren't you coming along, Navia?
I don't think she wanted...
You tired?
Pretty sure she doesn't want to see her.
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Pretty sure she doesn't want to see him.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
I mean, you guys can talk to me right now, because I'm Nevulet. I guess that's not enough. Oh, hold on. Hold on, Navia. I gotta do some priority first.
Add Astro. Thank you for Add Astro.
Alright, let's get back to the Archon quest. Damn, I thought it was like actually open it by itself. I'm so fucking dumb for that.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
As always.
This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
I mean, it's top
Do you
secret.
recognize us?
Navia is gonna turn into a fucking Karen.
Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep, Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is,
Gonna be a
shouldn't you
caramel.
remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
She's gonna say, I don't care who you are.
Yes,
Oh, okay, never mind.
I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys.
So it's been a few days past already. It felt like...
We're here today to report and archive some
Couple days.
information on a follow-up case.
I don't think we're gonna see Lenny and the others for a while.
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then.
Also, I didn't realize they're standing a trial for a little teenage.
Ah, thanks so much.
I mean, they're still under care of Arlecchino, though.
Please come in.
Oh shit, he's there. He just spawned in and out of nowhere, just popped out.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette. We only lied to get in because
No, he's mad.
we didn't
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
Damn it. My laptop is getting hot. God, she's already looking impatient.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Vache. I feel like he's gonna be important though. Or maybe it's like the first time. Because Nebula has to know.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Oh no. Yeah, she doesn't fuck with it.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said
he can
things
express those.
because you felt like you should.
She's gonna fucking charge blast her.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all?
Damn.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed.
I love how they actually put a feature character
There are still so many things
tearing
I
up
never
now.
got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I mean, he's probably crying, and I can tell by the weather.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
Can I sip your
You
tears?
and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Damn. Oh, so thank God I got her now. Because if I never got her, I would have been like, damn. She was low-key interesting. Don't worry, I could be her daddy. I'm just kidding.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain.
It's Nebula. He's
It's
actually
raining.
crying.
You're
You
right.
made him cry.
Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that that I think of it,
She
on the
made
day
him
my father
cry.
was convicted
Yeah,
of
that's
murder,
actually no.
it was
That's
also
actually
rain.
she did. She really did made him cry because Nebulit expressed his emotion out of weather.
What is it?
He might
Did
be
you
a
think of
motionless
something?
dragon, but he can still express his motion on other method though.
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots
So he was
earlier?
unfairly
All right, let's go to
executed.
Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Now let's go there.
Great. Let's go then.
I'm tired of moving around. I don't feel like pressing button and moving my mouse. So you take me there, Navia. There we go. Could have taken me to the waypoint, but okay.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a
I
glorious
mean, that explains why she has
Paimon was confused
Oh,
why a group with
a vessel
such a
wheel.
history would live in the sewers.
a driver wheel
But
on her.
now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula
I think I
began,
know where
after
all those
all.
money come from.
It's our main base, our home.
Well, I mean, we're the main character. You know the tragedy's gonna occur when we're around. Now, Porta. Move, Porter. Oh no, I'm just gonna grab some shit. Have I not been down here before? Hold on, let me do some side quest. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever been here. Okay, yeah, I've been here before. Never mind, I regret going here. Sorry, I wasted y'all time. Yeah, give me free shit. And your son is gone. Bro, give me food. Kid did ass gave me free food though. It's like 3 packs of it. Let me look it up. Oh, okay. Dracula's up there somewhere. Let me investigate. That's Nebulit. Don't mind. Hold on. Hold on, man. Don't mind me, Goonies. I'm just trying to get this Hydroculus. Probably most likely up there. I forgot if I only had Cosmo with me, but I don't feel like. Any in here? I know there's gotta be something in behind there. Don't worry, I see something. Oh no, there's nothing up there. It's all good. Maybe I can just climb up there and then just get up. There gotta be something. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. Nebulit. Nebulit. Oh, you gotta do. God damn it, Nevi.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
Nebulit. Okay, Nevi. Oh, I don't like. Nebulit, I don't like the way you fucking pull your leg like that. Jesus Christ. Okay, now.
Maloose, we're back.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, the boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, My father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques.
Jacques.
He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. We planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Pang,
I
pang!
raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like
Ding.
Lily's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired. You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think
So I
this
guess they have
third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult
realized,
to deal
what's
with,
Silver?
and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that, ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Davia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malouse?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
I mean, it is a very possible chance, though.
Boss
Because you're getting
also
way too
didn't tell
close. Like,
that
you
he
almost know too much.
had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you.
Damn.
Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side. and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss.
That's true.
To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
I mean, she does use her parasol as a
That
fucking
fool.
sword.
Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where Synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
Where would that be?
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
I don't think that's how it works, bro.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades.
You don't know what
There's
they
no
have.
telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration
I won't be
of
too
war.
surprised it's gonna be in the
The
prison.
worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case.
Yeah,
We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
they probably control some of them.
That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to is that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina de Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Who? I never heard him.
Surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost
I don't think I've ever heard his ass
he
before.
always knew our upcoming
I let alone
plans
even
and
interact
could
with him.
thus avoid capture.
Yeah, I
at the
visited here a few
sole time.
times.
There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Don't know who that is.
Uncle Marcel.
Uncle.
It's a guild
Nah,
in
not the
Poisson.
Unk, bro.
The boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds
even
around,
got the
with a lot
Unk
of
title,
business
bro.
connections in the city.
You know that this is really gonna be
They're
a
like
biggest.
sister organization of
This is
Spina
going to
de
be a
Rosula?
biggest betrayal,
Yes,
bro.
you can say that. When we were
The
fighting
senior
against
advisor
the synth
and
dealers,
Unk.
they provided us with plenty of support.
Who's the third one?
It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina de Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current
BlacBushido,
activities,
like, I got some
he
new
could
Funko Pop
theoretically
characters.
always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
Yeah, you can't trust
If
no
you
one
want
no
to
more at that
investigate
point.
them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Aw, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Where's
It
my
is
boy
settled
Silver at?
then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at
Oh,
your
I'm
leisure.
going to do the
Thank you
Ace
for
Attorney
arranging
type
everything
shit.
for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Okay, why is the daughter having a bitch fit? Okay, yep.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mura and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
Jacques Chouchet?
I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you, and to all of us.
She's not buying it though.
I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, My daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again.
Synth.
He had many regrets,
So you
and
were
felt
big
that he
there.
took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always
No one
wanted
is
to
a
be
good guy,
good man.
and people
so why
have
did
a
he have to
view
do a
of people
bad
as
thing
a
in
bad
the
guy,
end?
Well,
regardless of what people's
things
perspective.
aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh,
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm
We
willing
went from
to just
Lenny's
sit
story
back and
case to
accept.
now
Thank
Navia's
you.
story quest.
I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florence should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
Oh no.
I'll get myself together on the way. So please don't worry.
Damn, this Virgin ain't safe, bro. There's no fucking handlebar.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
Oh, I don't like that
I'm sure
voice.
you've heard what happened at
Coming
the
from
Opera
him.
House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
Oh shit!
The clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
No, I didn't hear it, and I saw something moving on my fucking reflection on my fucking pop. Like, what the fuck? No way.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
I can't
Don't
believe you
worry.
got me like
I will
that.
definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Oh shit, because my brother just fucking jump scared me. I don't know what the fuck going on. Oh my god, he has to be all the way over there. The fuck is he?
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of
Oh,
Poisson.
it's a fucking view about
Callus
like,
did a
ew,
fantastic
get that
job
shit
running
band
the
out of
town.
here.
Building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
I don't like the way he's giving
Yes.
that look.
These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually,
Holy shit.
I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't
What the fuck
possibly
is going
handle
on? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Whoa, I don't like that. I don't like the
Why
way
do you
my
ask?
frame dropping like
We
fucking
definitely
flies.
can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered
that just
Gardamex in
happened?
the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do was get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap.
There's no way.
Whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be
Ooh,
profitable
that's not good.
enough to afford
Yeah,
this.
you're right. You're right.